The morning started like any other. Elijah Brooks laced up his running shoes, tied them twice for safety, and stepped outside into the cool hum of dawn. At 27, Elijah had built his life around routine. Run 3 miles before sunrise. Shower. French press coffee. Feed Luna, his German Shepherd rescue. Then head out for his job teaching 10th grade history at West Haven High. But this morning, something felt off. He couldn't place it, just a low hum in the back of his mind, the kind that makes you turn your head at every shadow. Maybe it was the way the neighbor's dog didn't bark like usual, or how the jogger he often saw by 7th and Monroe crossed the street when she saw him coming. Still he ran, headphones in, hoodie on, the bass of Kendrick Lamar's, all right, thumped in his ears. He made it to 5th Street, slowed down, and began his cool-down walk. Elijah was almost home when it happened. Screeching tires, shouts, then the glint of guns, hands where we can see them. Get on the ground. Now! Confused, Elijah instinctively raised his hands. What? What's going on? 3 officers charged him like wolves. No explanation. Just force. He barely had time to think before a knee pressed down on his back and gravel bit into his face. I didn't do anything, he cried, panic rising like floodwater. A knee in his back, an elbow to his side, cold metal biting his wrists. You matched the description, one officer muttered. Dark hoodie, black male, mid-20s. That was it. That was all it took. Not his name, not his ID, not the fact he was a beloved teacher in the very neighborhood they patrolled. Just a hoodie, his skin, and the wrong time of day. They threw him in the back of the cruiser like trash. No seatbelt, no words. His mouth bled where his face had scraped the pavement. His heart thundered in his chest, but not from exertion, from something colder, something ancestral, a kind of fear black men know too well. The fear disappearing. They drove for 10 minutes, finally stopping outside a 7-Eleven surrounded by yellow tape, flashing lights, crowds, cameras, and a woman crying hysterically, pointing. That's not him, she said immediately. Not him. The officers stood silent. One finally opened the door and uncuffed him, not even meeting his eyes. No hard feelings, man. Mistaken identity. You can go. Elijah stared in disbelief. His wrists were red, his face swollen, his hoodie torn. And that's all they had to say? Mistaken identity? He echoed, voice hollow. You assaulted me. You didn't ask for my ID. You didn't even speak my name. The officer shrugged. Like I said, you matched the description. Elijah didn't go home. Not immediately. He walked. Past streets he used to love. Past faces that now looked away. He didn't cry. Not yet. It was like the tears were locked somewhere behind the rage. Elijah tried to return to normal, but normal didn't return to him. At school, some teachers avoided his gaze. One of the students whispered, Mr. Brooks, is it true you got arrested? He didn't lie. I got stopped. I was mistaken for someone else. A boy named Malik raised his hand. But they didn't shoot you, right? The class went silent. Elijah looked at them, all 10th graders, all wide-eyed, all too familiar with the world's cruelty. No, he said, they didn't shoot me. But they could have, whispered a girl in the back, her voice trembling. Right, and that was it. That was the moment he realized. It wasn't just about him. It never was. It was about every black child in that classroom wondering if their future would be judged by their skin before their character. So Elijah spoke out. He posted a video online telling the full story. Raw, honest, no filters. It went viral. News outlets reached out. The police department issued a statement full of legalese and hollow regrets. We apologize for any distress caused. Our officers acted in good faith based on the information at the time. But Elijah wasn't interested in apologies. He wanted accountability. A week later, Elijah sat across from Police Chief Raymond Foster, a white man in his 50s with a hardened jaw and a practiced smile. We're sorry for what happened, the chief began. The situation was chaotic, and unfortunately, mistakes were made. Mistakes, Elijah said. Let me ask you something. If I had been white, wearing the same hoodie, running the same route, would I have ended up face down in gravel? The chief paused, just long enough for the silence to answer. I want policy changes, Elijah continued. I want accountability. I want training that doesn't make my skin a weapon in your officer's eyes. Foster nodded slowly. We're reviewing procedures. We'll include this in our next training cycle. That's not enough, Elijah said. So he kept pushing, held town halls, met with city leaders, amplified other stories, ones that didn't end as peacefully as his. Months passed. The bruises healed. The nightmares didn't. One night, Elijah sat with his mother on the porch. You know, she said, when you were born, I looked at you and knew I had to raise you to survive this world. Not just live in it, but survive it. He said nothing. Just watched the stars above. I prayed you'd be the generation that wouldn't have to carry this weight. He looked at her, eyes heavy. I'm trying to put it down, Mama. Not just for me, for the kids who come after. Elijah never stopped teaching. But now, every semester, his students learn more than history. They learn courage. They learn how systems can fail the innocent. They learn that mistaken identity isn't always about confusion. Sometimes, it's just another mask for racism. He ends his class every year with the same words. Know who you are. Know what you're worth. And never let the world convince you your skin is a threat. The phrase mistaken identity becomes a shield too often used to protect racial profiling. Elijah's story exposes a deeper truth. In America, being black is often treated as probable cause. The question isn't just who did this, but why does this keep happening? Mistakes are forgivable. Patterns are not. And change begins when the truth is no longer whispered, but shouted, written, and remembered.